All right, hello, welcome. This is the October 10th, 2019 Animal Wisdom Call, and we are connecting with a sailfish today. I'm so glad everybody is here, and I'm really excited about this because sailfish came to me and has been coming to me like over and over in the couple of months leading up to this call. And it's really funny because I was like at a car dealership over the weekend and they had a sailfish on the wall, which is, you know, a little bit creepy and icky, but you know, like how often does that happen in California that you have a sailfish on the wall of a car dealership? I was like, it's just so random. So I was just staring at it for quite a while, just going, wow. Sailfish. But sailfish has just been really persistent and very present with me, and that's kind of interesting because it doesn't happen with every animal and every month and everything. So due to the conversation we had last month, you guys requested that we do our connection first and get the information last, or second, or next, or after. So, and I see Sherry's like nodding and smiling and going, yeah. Cherry, sorry, Cherry. I know, Cherry. I don't know why that does that sometimes. It's just my mouth. Sorry. But you're saying, yeah, you want to do that?
I was saying yay to Jenny joining us.
Oh, Jenny's here. I didn't even see Jenny. Where is she? There she is.
In my car.
Oh, good.
I will go to any lengths to get on this call.
Well, Liz is here too.
Yay.
Hi, Jenny.
Who is this?
Liz.
Oh, hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm happy to be back. How are you?
So how do you get Wi-Fi in your car, Jenny?
I don't. I'm pet sitting, so I asked the lady if I could use her Wi-Fi, but I couldn't get a phone connection. I got the Wi-Fi, but I got no bars. So then I drove to Starbucks, and there wasn't a parking space in front close enough. It says you're going to have to get closer. So I thought, okay, I'm going to park outside her house and see if I can get a phone connection and hook into her Wi-Fi. So that's what finally worked.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's serious devotion.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We know who gets a gold star today.
Yeah. Right on. Well, glad you're here. Awesome. So we're going to jump right in. We've got the four of us, and we're going to connect with the sailfish, see what the sailfish has to say, and then we'll talk about the biology of the sailfish and check in with how that matches or doesn't match the messages that we got. Sound good?
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Anybody have anything to share or ask or anything you want to talk about before we jump in with this?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm ready.
All righty, then let's do it. So go ahead and close your eyes. Can you guys all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so close your eyes, feet on the floor, check your grounding cord. Make sure it's anchored in the very center of the planet. Run your energy if you would like to. Just real quick, give it a little boost. And we'll energize our chakras. When you're ready, go ahead on your own. If you want to call in a guide, go ahead and call in a guide. And if you'd like to create a reading screen, go ahead and do that as well, if you use a reading screen. And when you feel like you are personally ready, your energy's all grounded and centered and balanced, and your screen is set up, become aware of your connection with the group. All the members of the Animal Wisdom Circle, whether they're present on the call or not, the energy of the group is connected. So you can picture or sense or feel or know that we are all in a circle together. Feel that group energy strengthening and supporting you. And allow your awareness to move beyond the circle of the members of the Animal Wisdom Circle and become aware of the guides in the next ring of the circle around us. Feel their energy, their presence, their love, their support for each of us individually and collectively as a group. And beyond our individual guides, the next ring of the circle is all of the animal guides that are connected with the Animal Wisdom Circle, whether they've been guests yet or not, or in the past, or will be in the future. We know that animal kind is paying attention to all the different efforts going on the planet to connect with them, to understand them, to help them, to support them. For all of us to raise our vibration together, to raise our consciousness, and just feel that energy and enthusiasm from those animals and animal guides and that outer ring. So you should feel grounded but clear, centered, energized. If there's anything else that you do to boost your intuition, to get ready, to focus on your intuition, go ahead and do that now. And just really shift into that intuitive awareness. And then we're going to invite the sailfish into our group, into the center of our circle, where that energy is focused and amplified by all of the energy of all of the rings of the circle, making it easy for us to connect with the sailfish and receive his or her lessons and wisdom. So as you connect with the sailfish, just notice what you notice. Is it male or female? Young or old? What part of the world is it from, if that's there, but there's no pressure to get that information? Just giving you some ideas of some ways to check in with that individual. So just take a moment to really connect And deepen your connection, strengthen your connection with this beautiful being that's with us today. And if you get any messages up front from the sailfish, let's go ahead and write those down or just make a mental note. And then we're going to start moving into our questions. So when you're ready, go ahead and ask your sailfish, what is your spiritual gift? When that feels complete, move on to the second question, which is, what is your spiritual lesson? The next question to ask the sailfish is, what tool do you use to overcome your challenge? When you're ready, ask the sailfish, do you have a message that you want to share with people? Do you have a message you want to share with people? When you're ready, go ahead and ask, what is your favorite part of being a sailfish? What's your favorite part of being a sailfish? And finally, when you're ready, taking your time, wildcard question, ask the sailfish anything you would like to ask. Are you guys feeling complete? Do you want a little more time? Thumbs up from Jenny. Thumbs up from Cherry. Liz, do you need some more time?
No, I'm fine. Thumbs up.
Okay, 3 thumbs up, and I'm done too. So let's take a moment to thank our sailfish. Oh, you know what we didn't ask? No, let's go back. I'm sorry, because I don't have this written down and I forgot. Let's go back. Let's reconnect. Take a moment. I'll walk us through this. Check your grounding cord. Feet flat. Breathe into your heart. Reorient yourself in that circle. Feel that energy. Feel that shift. Feel that intuition boost as you do it. And just come right back to that place that you just were, that really receptive, open, connected, almost tingling with receptors all over your whole body. And ask the sailfish, do you have a message for me personally? All right, and as you're ready, just bring that to completion. And now we'll thank the sailfish for coming forward today, for initiating our contact and our connection with him or her. And then we will allow the sailfish to withdraw its energy from us, moving back into its own consciousness, its own body, its own habitat and environment. Let's thank all the animal guides as we allow them to remove their energy, all of our spirit guides as their energy goes back to them, and then acknowledging the powerful group energy of this circle, all the humans in the circle, and thanking everybody, allowing their energy to return to them. And then just gently bring back your awareness to your physical body, to the room that you're in, to this call. Just allowing time for your energy to come back and to integrate. There's no hurry, there's no rush. Just allow that all to come back. Reorient yourself in your physical body. And as you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, coming back to the group and the call. And then we'll open it up for sharing. And Liz, since I can't see you, do you want to just start?
Sure. My dog, though, is getting ready to burst into bark, I think. She thinks it's time to eat. So I have to cut this kind of short. Oh, boy. Well, that was just lovely. My goodness. I didn't know you were going to do that suggested change in procedure. And I really was looking forward to finding out more about the natural history of the sailfish before talking with her or him. But that was interesting. So I don't know much about a sailfish. I didn't even look it up on Google. Sometimes I will Google it to find out something before our call, but I didn't even do that. So, oops, I'm sorry, Tootie. This is what I got. It's a little bit of a dichotomy. But this is what I got. First of all, oh my goodness, she came in with so much energy, spinning and twirling and just so full of energy. And I'm going to be using energy throughout this entire thing. And colors, all colors of the rainbow surrounding her, and just a happiness, a joy, not a fear, fearful, energetic motion, but joyful, happy, just her very essence. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm pumped up too. Calm down a minute so I can talk to you. She said, come swim with me. I can energize you. Okay, bingo. So she hit on something that has been plaguing me, that I haven't felt energetic recently with all the things that we've been going through here. So spiritual gift. Now this is where the dichotomy, I think, is she's as energetic as she was. I connected with her, and her spiritual gift, she said, was deep peace and calm. Her lesson was to control my abundant energy. The tool that she uses, I share my energy with those who need it. And my hand went up. Okay, thank you. Her message to people: spin and twirl and enjoy the colors of energy in your life. Share that with the world and watch how you use your energy. Her favorite part of being a sailfish, she said, was being in the water, my peaceful home. And she said, this wasn't an answer to any question. She said, please respect me and enjoy me from afar. Personal message: what do you think? Let me help you find your energy. It is within your essence and your soul. Let's work together and help each other. And that's Sparkling Sally. then went away. That was my encounter with Sparkling Sally Sailfish.
That's Sparkling Sally Sailfish. I love
I
it.
know, I didn't mean to be alliterative, but it kind of got that way. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz.
Welcome.
Really cool.
Thank you.
Who's next, Cherry or Jenny? Cherry?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Actually, it's kind of related. I took part in like a creativity challenge for this last month, and we had to just incorporate some creativity every day. And so for the last month, I've been drawing each one of the animals we've connected with since I joined the circle. So
Wow.
I've been sketching out, drawing each animal, and just spending about 10 minutes. So they're not like the best pictures ever, but I drew sailfish last week. I looked it up. It's like, oh, this is what a sailfish is. So in my mind, I already had an image of what it was. I didn't go any further than I just saw what it looked like, and I sketched it. And so I sketched a male, and this male actually connected with me today. And
Are you going to show us the sketch?
Well, yes, I will. It's downstairs, so I will.
Okay.
I'm still on my bed in my pajamas, usually, so I'll show it to you in just a minute. But first, when we are connecting in the group, I started hearing the sound of the sea, and it wasn't like from the beach, from the top. I was actually in the water. I was hearing the sound from being inside the water. I felt this relaxed, really laid back male, and with a strong presence, and I could feel the energy, and I could feel that we were communicating even without words. And he said, yes, I'm a fish without word. I'm a fish of few words is what he said. But even though he said that, we were still communicating telepathically. And I got the sense he's wise, patient, observant, and knowing. And that's where we started. His spiritual gift is holding space. He said, I'm a space holder. His spiritual lesson is to sail in life with gentleness. And what tools do you use? It was totally unrelated. I got swiftness, but I also was being sent all these images and the feelings. And as I was getting these messages, I was having a hard time putting those feelings into words. So he was communicating the feelings of what the message was. But then when my mind was trying to translate that into words, I was really getting stuck. And so my pen was like, stop. It's like, okay, I know the message, but what are the words? So even with this swiftness and like sailing in life with gentleness, I was being sent of images of, the sail, his sail on his back, just kind of guiding him. And it was like a sensory part, kind of almost like our crown. And I was wondering if the sail is kind of like the sailfish's crown, being in tune and totally connected, almost like a portal or something, because I was being continually sent images of his sail. So the tool of swiftness is maybe because of being able to react to, you're swimming through the water and you're totally connected. And so being able to swiftly move or veer in this direction or veer in that direction, or sense that somebody's going to take a bite out of your sail and like dive down deep. And so I think that was the image of what he was trying to pass on to me. The message for people is that you can adjust your sail in life because you're in charge. Even slight movements in your own sail can cause ripple effects in the direction that you will move, and even in your ways of thinking and being. So being able to navigate through the water using your sail is part of the message that he wanted to pass on. 5, his favorite part of being a sailfish, he says, I love my sail. It's a reminder that I'm in charge of my life and the direction I'm going. 6 was, it was interesting. You said your free question, any question that you wanted to think of. And the question I asked was, what's the message for me? And it's interesting because you came back with, a message for me. But I geared it towards, I broke my toe on Monday. So a message for me with my broken toe. What is what's going to help me? What's the reason for my broken toe? And this wise sailfish was saying, well, life has a way of throwing you boulders. And I was thinking, boulders? Are there boulders in the sea? I guess there are. Life has a way of throwing you boulders, but you just keep on swimming. You can swim through whatever comes at you. You're not at the whims of the current, floating aimlessly. There's a purpose to everything. Be open to discovering the larger lesson. I was like, okay, well, that's not really going to help me with my broken toe. How am I going to overcome? And then, with the time limitations here, I didn't have time to explore further, but I can.
And it's always interesting to me, our objections, right? Like, that's not the message I wanted. How does that help me?
Yes.
Stick with it. That's the message.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I got. And as we listen to Jenny, I'll go downstairs and share the picture with you a little bit later.
I'd love to see it. Thanks, Cherry. All right, Jenny, you're up.
Okay, Cherry, you and I are on the same wavelength. I think the Pacific Ocean is connecting us somehow energetically, because you were talking and I was just laughing going, oh my God, I think we just talked to the same sailfish and we got a lot of the same messages, just like the last few times. It's like, gives me goosebumps.
Awesome.
So the spiritual gift, well, I have to say last week I did look at the picture because I'm a visual person and that's the way I connect best is through pictures. And I saw this gorgeous, gorgeous fish jumping out of the water. And I just felt the energy and the magnificence in my body when I looked at this picture. It was I just got freedom, and I saw the big sail on the back and I was thinking, wow, that's like an angel and a fish with just one wing. It was just so beautiful. So the spiritual gift was freedom. The lesson that I connected with an older male who has evaded all the sport fishermen all his life, and he's very proud of that. So, he has lots of wisdom, but that whole thing around the sport fishermen is what the message was for me today. His lesson was, I have a part to play in the web of life. So when you were talking about the bigger picture, Cherry, he says, even though I am hunted, who I am is important. His lesson is not to be resentful about the hunters. The tool to overcome the challenge is forgiveness. The message to people was, look deeper than just the surface. I am more than a trophy on a wall. Favorite part of being a sailfish is flying. Yeah, he just, when I think of a sailfish, I always think of them out of the water, which I think is just the most beautiful picture. And the same thing happened to me with the wild card. I said, what was your message for me? And then we were done. I thought, wait a minute, did we miss something? And I thought, oh no, I guess we didn't. So the message for me was, be free, but remember you are part of the giant web. Don't run away. Remember your magnificence. So that's what I got.
Wow.
And I have to say, when I was talking with him, I got a real sense of his message was for me, particularly with what I'm going through. Of course, I think we all resonate with whatever we're going through in our lives, and we go, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense for what I'm going through right now. And I think it's amazing with these animals is it's kind of like when the dolphins sonar you. They sonar each individual person to find out, what's going on with you and how can they help out. And I really got that sense today of the sailfish talking to each individual person saying, I've sort of detected what you need to hear. and that's the message I'm going to give you. And then they all dovetail, of course. But I really got that sense of, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going through right now. Thanks for noticing that.
Yeah. Again, like, I know this format is kind of a test, right? Like, to see, like, are we really doing this, or are we making it up kind of a little bit? Or are our brains getting involved, I guess would be a better way to put it. And I think the overlap between all three of you guys already, and then wait till you hear what mine is, I think we can feel pretty confident that it's not our brains making it up.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Sally said, I thought she said one of her messages was fly high. I discounted that because I'm thinking she's not a bird. And here now, I guess sailfish do jump out of the water. I didn't know that. So you're right. I guess she said it. Sorry, Sally. I wasn't trusting my connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Okay,
in a lot of ways, this is a great reminder to just really let go of what it's supposed to look like.
Right.
Right? Because good awareness, Liz, that you recognized that and remembered it.
Right. Wow. Thanks.
Do you have the picture, Cherry?
Yes, I do. This
Sorry,
is the
Liz,
mail I
we'll have
connect.
to bug Cherry to post it in the Facebook group or something so you can see it.
This is it.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
Thank you. I'm not an artist, but it was a 10-minute drawing. This is the
it's
guy.
fabulous.
I'm
Thank
impressed.
Oh, I bet it's cool. I'll see it on the replay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
First time to draw a fish.
Wow, good job. That's awesome. What a great activity that you're doing, that creativity thing. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Way to go, Cherry.
Thank you.
It
was difficult.
It was difficult?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it would be easy to draw a fish, but they're, especially like a gray fish, but they're like highlights, as the picture is taken, and I don't know, in darker parts, and even though it's like just gray, they're lighter and darker parts. So that was kind of hard. Getting the shading was most difficult. So, but it's been a fun challenge.
Very cool. I love that you're doing that. That's awesome. Maybe you'll make your own oracle cards with that. And those could be your pictures.
Yeah, they're a little bit kindergartenish though.
Some artists do that on purpose. It's an art form in itself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's an idea. Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah. With all the animals that, we've connected with so far, I've drawn all of them. So
that's really neat.
If they look childish or whatever, maybe you're going toward a child oracle card. Are there such things as children's oracle cards? I don't know.
Yeah, there is a deck that I know of.
Stephen Farmer made one for kids.
Yes.
Oracle card deck. It's an animal oracle card deck for kids.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's others too.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
Okay, so you guys want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I connected with a large male, really adult, very bright, very healthy, very strong, high energy, exuberant was the word that I got. And just really, he just had so much like confidence and power, and just, I don't know, there was just something about him. The gift was being a leader in my own life, knowing that I'm powerful, strong, and free. The whole world is available to me. You guys see the themes? The lesson was loneliness and navigating the world alone, even when I'm in a group. And the tool was to recognize the pattern in myself, know that I'm in charge, and then reach out and extend myself to others to overcome that loneliness. The message to people was, whether you're alone or in a group, move back. It was kind of coming in. It wasn't like a clear like dictation. there was something about being alone and in a group and going back and forth. And then I started getting words about moving back and forth between being alone and in a group. Both are powerful. Be fluid and flexible and smart with how you use your resources to navigate your life. The favorite thing was raising my sail. That means I'm focused, determined, and ready. I'm in go mode. I'm using body and mind together to be my best. My wild card question was, how do you choose, or do you choose your group? And he said, no, I'm born into it. I'm not always there. I like to be alone a lot too, so I come and go. And then his message for me was, you are a sailfish. You move back and forth between alone and in groups. Savor your freedom. Enjoy the social time and relish the times you're with people. Oh no, enjoy it and relish the times you're with people. You are power. Oh, you move back and forth like I do. Sorry, my notes kind of went all over the place because I was running out of space. You're powerful, strong, unlimited, open, and free. So that was my sailfish message.
Wow, a lot of synchronicities. I feel that, especially the confidence and power and the strong male energy. That really stood out to me. And navigating, I got the word navigation again and again as well. Navigating through life.
Yeah, and I got that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The energy overlapped with me, but all three of you got males and I got a female. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. So, should we talk about the biology?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's see where sailfish fits in with everybody else. So, in the the classification system of science, so we're kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, that means a brain and a nerve cord, nervous system. They're in the bony fishes, so they're part of the bony fish class and order. I can't pronounce these words. Istiophoriformes is the ray-finned bony fish. So they're in the class of the bony fish, the order of the rayed fins. So those are the fins that go like that, and they look like they have the little spikies in them, like the little lines. They're in the family Istiophoridae, which is the marlins. So marlins, swordfish, sailfish. There's only 10 species in there. And there's a little bit of disagreement, but it seems like the consensus is that now there's one species of sailfish with a global distribution. So they're in all of the seas of the earth, but they tend to be in the colder parts, the colder water parts of those seas. And their defining characteristic is the sailfish, which is their dorsal fin. It can stretch across their entire back, and it is sometimes taller than they are long. And they're freaking big. They get up to be 10 feet long and can weigh up to 200 pounds. So they're really huge. Females tend to be bigger because of the whole mating thing and carrying the eggs and all that stuff. They live up to 15 years, typically 13 to 15 years in the wild. But there's so much catch and release that those animals that are caught and released have a much shorter lifespan of only 4 to 5 years. And I don't know how they found that out. The threats, there's no information on their conservation status at all. So the threats are bycatch in drift nets and commercial longline tuna fisheries will sometimes catch them. And that's really kind of it. I think just the usual environmental degradation is their threat. They do have predators. They get eaten by bigger fish because they start out teeny tiny. They start out, where did I put the size? They're so ridiculously small. So they start out as little larvae, 0.125 inches. It's like that big. And then from there they grow really big. So at every stage, there's somebody bigger that will eat them, right? So that's the predators they have to watch out for, is mainly bigger fish, especially the big oceanic sharks. And then also orcas will eat them, because orcas are like that. And what they eat is, when they're little teeny tiny, they mainly focus on zooplankton. And as they grow, they're kind of, oh, I know there's a term in biology for it. They're kind of size limited feeders. So it's not so much that they're picky about what they eat. They just eat based on if it's small enough for them to eat it. So that's kind of how they spend their lives. And then by the time they're adults, they are eating larger fish like anchovies and sardines and crustaceans and even squid, which can also get really big. Some fun facts about them: they can work alone and hunt alone. When they do, they will injure a fish with their big pointy bill. And then they also have teeth on there. So they tend to hunt and inflict damage that slows down the fish so that they are then easier to catch. And they can hunt in groups, and they actually use their sails to create a barrier around the schools of sardines and anchovies when they're hunting schooling fish. But they tend to have their sails down when they're swimming in general. And then it's thought that the sails make the hunting more controlled. So there's less, because they're fish, they have the side to side body movement. So when the sail is up, there's less side to side. And scientists hypothesize that because there's less side to side, that it makes their bill or their point, whatever that is, harder for the prey to recognize. And so they're more likely to be successful when they hunt. But they have a less than 25% success rate in hunting. Like, that's really interesting, right? Like, I think that's super cool. So the thing about, they have to be stealthy because some of their prey has already been exposed to sailfish and being hunted by sailfish. So by making themselves less detectable, by putting up their sail and being more of a straight line coming in and harder to see, that makes them more successful as hunters. That making sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So because they could, because their way of hunting is to injure somebody and then try to catch it, there's 75% of the time the fish get away that they injure. So they're learning. They're not just like, I'm swimming along. They're learning how to avoid predation as well, whatever that fish is. And their ranges aren't that big from what I could tell. So they're going to come in contact with those fish again. So I just thought that was all super, super fascinating. They tend to spend their entire lives in the surface, the top part of the water, but they have the capacity to dive down below 1,000 feet when they're hunting for prey. That's a big dive. That's really big. And that's where a lot of the squid they're going to find the squid and stuff like that. So there's no parental care. There's very little social structure. It was really actually hard to find information that we usually gather about the animals for the sailfish. And that in itself is kind of interesting and intriguing, because they're such a game fish that the only information people have is relative to sport fishing. So there's very little information about their social structure or age at maturity or, mating, all of those kinds of things. And now what I know about sailfish and in groups, it comes from the sailfish that I just talked to. Like, you're born into a group and you stay and you go and you come back when you want to. So interesting. So that was all the information I could find about them. What do you guys think?
Well, I thought it was interesting. Oops. I thought it was interesting.
We can still hear you, Jenny.
Okay. I thought it was very interesting that you said because they're sport fish, that people don't look beyond that to, you know, what's really going on with them. And that was sort of the same thing that I got from my fish, was that look beyond what you just see. There's more to me than just the trophy on the wall.
Yeah, that's so true. And what a great message to all of us. Look beyond our appearances, or
There we go.
what we're recognized for.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of like what people's attitude is, you're only important to me to catch, so I really don't want to know anything more about you. And I'm thinking about how the message around us in the world nowadays is, we're only looking at the surface of people, we're not looking deeper, and that's what's causing so much of our angst.
So true. So true.
So how important that the sailfish is the one that popped up right now.
And you know, I know I told you guys this 2 months ago, but Liz wasn't here. 3 months ago, Jenny predicted that I'd be driving and the next animal was going to like bash me in the back of my head with who it's going to be. Luckily, it happened while I was lying on the couch, but like koala and sailfish were like boom, boom, like right there. Like this is it. And so this is, you know, part of what I think of as of the magic of the Animal Wisdom Circle is, you know, we think we're in charge and we're setting up our times and our calls and our, you know, and we're just totally not. It's like they're coming in with the messages that we need. They have the bigger perspective. They know better than us. And it is a super timely message from sailfish to look beyond the surface and to go deeper and to have that freedom and power and, I don't know, like confidence.
Yeah, I also, what stood out to me with your communication is that the sailfish is alone, but still part of a group. And I think we are all like that too. We're all our own beings, but we're part of the whole. We're part of the all. So I thought that was really, it stood out. And it's like, yeah, that's right. We all contribute our energy to the whole. So we're all important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I mean, that was goosebump time when you were talking about, you know, being alone and then being in a group and the fluidity of that. And that dovetailed into the message that I got was, you know, my modus operandi tends to be, yes, want to be around people, and then if they hurt my feelings, I just want to cut off everything and leave. And the sailfish is telling me, no, just go back and forth, back and forth. You know, it isn't black or white. It isn't one or the other.
Right.
You know, be part of that web.
Yeah.
But just also remember that you're an individual in that big web that Sherry was talking about.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm just wishing that we were all in the same room and I had a big whiteboard so we could put all of this up and get like the big picture. You know what I mean? Like see the patterns and everything. Someday, that's how we'll do it. Liz, anything you want to add?
No, I'm just sitting here smiling, envisioning that you say it'll happen, it'll happen. Someday.
Someday, somehow. We'll have to wait and see. Anything else you guys want to say in order to feel complete for today?
I actually was curious. I didn't do any research on the sailfish, and I didn't know that they could like put it down and then they can pull it back up. I had no idea, you know, I just thought it was like always up.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, the other thing that I got when you were talking about the way they swim, of, you know, just like an arrow kind of a feeling I got. And I got the impression of when you see something that you want, just go for it. Go straight as an arrow and go for it, and don't waver. You know, don't go back and forth. And, you know, and that really hit me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Beautiful. Well, this is going to be a lot to work with over the next couple of weeks, and really, really cool awarenesses to bring forward of being in groups or not, or our power, you know, our confidence, our ability to see below the surface appearances in ourselves and others. I think we're going to have a lot of good stuff to tap on.
I just want to do a shout out to Lisa. We miss you. See you next time.
Yeah. We got a few people missing. Lisa is on a hot date with her husband.
And Louisa.
And Louisa,
Yeah.
I think she had something, she was going to be traveling or in a car or something. And I hadn't heard from anybody else, so I don't know where other people are, but we're happy everybody is here and part of the group. Whether you're live on the calls or not, we feel your energy. All right, so by the power vested in me and the Sailfish, I'm going to declare our conversation and our call complete. Just one more thank you to the Sailfish. I still kind of feel that energy around me, so I'm going to do a little more disconnecting before I go drive my car to pick up my kid. Just make sure I'm grounded. But we will be back on Thursday, October 24th, same Sailfish time, same Sailfish channel. Bring your wins, bring your challenges, and we will celebrate and we will heal shit. That's what we're up to.
Okay.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Have a good couple weeks.
You too. Great to see you again, Liz.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.